Hi, friends, and welcome to the podcast. This is where I share my insights. And today I'd like to talk to you about creative dreaming. You might consider this a better way to go about your dreams and your desires. It's really about going back to your childhood and remembering how simple it was to want something and how exciting it was to think about it in the right way. So stick around and I'm going to help you with what I'm calling creative dreaming. I remember being so enthusiastic as a child about the things I wanted. I don't know about you, but I always felt it easier to dream as a kid. Because back in those days, I hated saving money. You don't remember having to put your money in a piggy bank? It just seemed so cruel, didn't it? Especially when you wanted something. But yet we're forced to do it. We're forced to save. Which gives us a mindset that we can't have what we want, unfortunately. And I'm not here to poo-poo saving or waiting till you have enough to buy what you want. But while you're waiting, if that's what you're doing, I don't think we're waiting. I think we're constantly manifesting and creating. But part of it is anticipation, Like kids get excited about what they want because it's in the spirit of play. That's what creative dreaming is. It's connecting yourself to what you're going to do with the things that you want. If you want friends, you want to play with them. Part of it is remembering not to turn those friends into graven images that you dominate. You're not going to be able to tell your friends what to do. Playing with them is this open channel of allowing them to come and go if they so desire. If you, with your friends, if you decide on a commonality, well, then that's great. But there also should be some room for them to come in and out of the picture, right? We have to allow for them to disappear if they need to. That's playfulness. In and out is play. And when you remember that, you're more likely to stay in that spirit of play when you're interacting with the things that you desire if they should manifest. The other thing to remember is that real dreams or creative dreaming are tied to things that not only are related to play, they are related to things that are alive. Everything in the world is alive. Even a thought or a dream. So you're manifesting what would be called aliveness. And with aliveness comes surprise, decay, growth, change. You might want to say that aliveness and evolution go together. And to think that you can dominate what you own, to keep it in a prison, to make it do what you want is an illusion. Just remember, you want to play with it as it comes up. This is a job. A job is an alive thing. If you want a job, a particular kind of job, you have to realize that you're manifesting some kind of play. And if it becomes something you can't control, you'll get frustrated. So that the control part of this is what we have to let go of, the dominant part. Like you can't have or bring something into your life and expect to boss it around. That's where we mess up. Or have it forever. Or keep it from breaking. So the secret to creative dreaming is multifaceted. It's remaining enthusiastic and having desires. This thing is, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with a desire. What's wrong with it is thinking that you're going to be able to possess it or that it's yours. once it comes. If it were yours, you could keep it from breaking down. You could keep it from leaving. You could keep it from getting trashed. You could keep it forever. You could keep it from getting old. You could keep it from getting sick. You could keep it from leaving you. Well, that's just dead. That's attracting dead things. So that's what you would call a graven image. And money is like that. So if you think you want money, you just want a dead thing. Money doesn't really do anything unless you envision or put life into it. What will you do with it? Let's say you put $1 million check into the hands of a baby. They would put it in their mouth, throw it on the floor. Same thing with a dog. If you gave a dog $100, they would tear it up or poop on it. What a dog wants is what money buys. A toy, something to play with. Or they'll play with the money. They won't know that it's valuable. It doesn't have any value. What a dog is dreaming of, if you can imagine what a dog dreams of, they're dreaming of experiences, good food, treats, toys to destroy, play with, other dogs to play with, small animals to maybe kill and maim. Yeah, this one back here, sleeping back there, she loves to find rats and possums and lizards, and she just kills them. She's not interested in money. So when you were a kid, you were more interested in what money would do for you. So we have to realize that our dreams are living, we're manifesting living things, because we are living things that manifest living things. And with living things comes surprise, variation, decay, breakdowns, the whole bit. Therefore, whatever you dream of, it might dream right out of your life. You have to be ready for it. So that's what the play is. It's a playfulness. So because we manifest life, because we are life manifesting life, we do not dominate it. That's so important. The one thing I think we cannot manifest is control over anything. That's because nothing can overcome us, and we cannot dominate over anything. I'm talking about sort of like meeting your match. If you think death will overcome you, you are mistaken. You will play with death. That's why there's all sorts of Halloween is right around the corner. That's why there's humor there. You're going to play with death, meaning you'll be delightfully surprised at how easy it is to die. That's why we have images of the Grim Reaper and all this stuff. So what you dream of, if it overcomes you, either in your mind or in so-called reality, becomes your graven image. It becomes this dominant force in your life, and it overcomes you. And you can call it your God. Even lack overcomes people. And that's a graven image. It's a concept of not having enough, and that sometimes dominates people. Anything you feel like overcomes you, or that could overcome you, is the trick of dreaming, if you will. You have to meet your match. And if you meet your match, you have conjured up something that doesn't move. There's so many ways to look at that. But life is moving. You're living and breathing and moving. And even when you're sitting still, you're still evolving. So can you meet your match? And can anything overcome you? To have met your match would be to be in a stalemate. Can't go anywhere. Completely locked in. So this alive force that you are, this constantly evolving, moving, breathing thing, has met an immovable object. That's a graven image. Truthfully, there is no barrier, if you see what I'm saying. Are you with me? You're matchless. Fundamentally matchless. Yet, we are manifesting living things. Thoughts are alive. They are. So the only way to really extract this amazing life is to play with what comes into your life, because even implicitly you're bringing it in. You are life, manifesting living things. And if it's alive, it has this weird tendency to wiggle right out of your life. Irene Sana says in that song Flashdance, she says, pictures come alive. And you can dance right through your life if you understand the playful nature of what you're bringing in, what you want. And this goes for material possessions, to people, to animals, to houses. They are alive. They are evolving. This old house I'm living in is 100 years old, constantly needs something. If I get bent out of shape when I need a new roof, if I get all hot and bothered when I have to put in a new air conditioner, or if I get all in my panties in a wad because it needs painting, then I should move out, because I should play with all of those things. Get a good painter, bring in get a good repairman, and say thank you. And remember, these things are alive. This dog back here, she's alive. She poops, she vomits, she doesn't bark, thank God. She smells, there's dog fur everywhere. She likes to chase small animals. She pulls on the leash. She's alive. So you're not going to be able to manifest the surprise out of anything. That means that you're alive. Let me give you a quick example of something I want and show you how to be a creative dreamer. I want an airplane. Now, you might think, oh God. But I can live without it, right? This is just a little frivolous dream. Just like a kid can live without candy. But maybe they want a piece of candy. It's complete sugar. And that's okay. Because I can live peacefully without one, and I can give myself a small version of it. So I used to own an airplane, so I remember how amazing it was to fly. A friend of mine, one of my really good friends who passed away, flew, and I would fly with him. I was like, this was so cool. So neat to be in the air. We could fly over traffic. It was just fun to putz around, and we would do that all the time. And he said, why don't you take flying lessons? And I said, yeah, that would be fun. At the time, I could never afford to have bought a plane, so I started taking flying lessons. And as I worked towards my certification, the means to own a plane came available to me, so I bought one. And I had it for about 4 years. I sold it. Got involved in some other things. But I remember how wonderful it felt to fly. I loved it. I also remember the oil changes and the maintenance and the problems and the engine that has to be, inspected, and the insurance and the hangar rent and the fuel costs. I remember all that too. But I still played with those things. I still remembered it was connected to I just wanted that for play's sake. None of that became a barrier to me. It never was. So, as I contemplate another plane, at the moment, I can't just go down to the Cessna dealership and plop down $1 million for a Skylane 182, which is what I want. All right. So how do we work on the dream? Remember, first of all, it's just play. That's important to remember, that a lot of the things we dream about are for their playful nature. You got to go back to childhood. It's about being childlike. All the great spiritualists are always talking about childlikeness. And if you can connect to it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. So I want to get specific about what I want. Do I want a new Skylane 182 with retractable gear? No, I think I want something vintage. I like vintage things. I'm an antique enthusiast. So I think I want an antique, maybe a late 70s model with a new engine and updated avionics and an autopilot and retractable gear. And so I'm getting into it. I'm working on my dreams. And I'm getting enthusiastic about specifically what I want. And the cost is absolutely not a consideration at this prototype phase. To continue working on my dreams, I started thinking, well, where did I go? I remember when I had my old plane, I flew all over the United States. I flew to Michigan, Tennessee, South Carolina, Oklahoma, Louisiana. I live in Florida now, so I'm imagining, oh, I've got a friend here and a friend here and a friend. Oh, man, it's going to be so much fun. I'm already having fun with it before it's actually a reality. And today, just after I make this video, I'm going to get my medical certification, get that updated. I'm going to start working on my instrument rating now. So I'm giving myself small components of that now. Another material thing I want is a swimming pool. Don't own a swimming pool, but the way I do that is I buy a $15 annual city pass to go swim laps at my community pool. That's enjoying the pool before I have my own. That's enjoying flying before I have my own vessel. Now, what if you want a friend? What if you want a friend or a mate? That one's pretty easy. Be a good friend or a good mate to yourself. Keep good company to yourself. That's all. Give yourself a date. Get yourself all gussied up and go. If you want to go out and do something, go by yourself. Why wait for your mate to approach you? If you're waiting for a mate, then you're not playing right now. You can dance without a dance partner. And dare I say, you can even have sex without a partner. You can. You can enjoy yourself whilst you are waiting for other people to be introduced into the picture. But you got to play with yourself before you can play with others. You see? You have to love yourself before you can love others. You have to give to yourself before things are given to you. You have to play. Creatively dream. Everything else is a graven image that overcomes you. Because you're giving the final product power over you before it even comes. If you're looking at the cost of something, you're giving yourself an obstacle before you even have a chance. If you're going to restore your body to health, do it for yourself. That was the only thing that worked for me. I want a six-pack for me. I have a six-pack. I'm not going to sit here and show it off. That's for me. This is a private love affair between you and yourself. That's what I'm talking about. That's what creative dreaming is. A lovely, playful interplay with yourself. But remember, if anything out there comes to you. A car, a house, whatever. It's playing its own tune too. There's parts of it. I'm going to give you with another kind of thing that came to my mind just now. For the longest time, I wanted a small pipe organ to put in my house because I love playing the organ. And it's in this other room. It's a beautiful little instrument. And that seemed... musical instruments are expensive. But that didn't bother me. I knew that other people had those things. There are small home organs. And I inherited the one I have. It's a beautiful little pipe organ. And I play it I always imagine having people over into my house and playing little concerts. And I have an annual holiday party here. And I play carols and people sing and it's fun. But I envisioned all that. Playing the instrument before it found me. Yeah, it needs tuning. It gets dusty. It takes up a lot of space. It sometimes needs repair or whatever. But I'm still playing. I play with the variants as they come up. Because the pipe organ is a living thing. I manifested that. So we must remember to keep our dreams childlike because we want to play. And we must realize it's going to play back. Whatever job you want, it's going to play back. It's going to give you some opposition, some seeming problems. Keep that playful and watch what happens. It's an awkward dance between you and you. So your ideas are alive. But you can't dominate them, control them, or think they're going to bring you anything. Except a means to play. That's it. So go back to being a kid. Work on your dreams creatively. That's a way to keep yourself enthused. My name is Ryan Hebert. I really thank you for watching if you've made it this far. If you like the way I think you might like my blog. It's called mymorningmotivator.com, completely free. I'd love it if you could sign up and become a regular reader. Until then, we'll see you next time.